All right, everyone. My name's Mick Robson for PW Down Under. I'm here with the one, the only, the All-Star Wrestling Eastern States Champion, Jack Dullahan. How you going, mate?
Good, mate. How are you?
Doing great, doing great. It's Saturday morning. It is cold as hell here, but looking forward to some hot action coming up next weekend. I hear it's All-Star Wrestling, June 14th, Night to Remember 6. You've got a
Yeah, that's right. Big
got a big
show.
role on that show, right?
Yes, yes. In some capacity, yeah.
Yep. So, correct me if I'm wrong. It is you versus Keegan Brettle, All-Star Wrestling Heavyweight Champion versus Eastern States Heavyweight Champion. Winner take all. Is that correct?
That's it. That's
Excellent.
correct, sir.
All right. So, what would it mean to you to become All-Star Wrestling Heavyweight Champion?
Yeah, it mean a lot, eh? It's been a long journey. I've been in All Star for about coming up 6 years now, or something like that. So definitely been here a little while within the All Star scene, and yeah, a lot of ups and downs throughout that journey as well. So yeah, it'd be awesome to take the top spot and yeah, really show everyone what I got.
Sounds fantastic. And Keegan Brettle has been a dominant champion for a fair while, hasn't he? What are your thoughts on Keegan as an opponent, as a wrestler?
Yeah, nothing but respect for the bloke. Obviously, a lot of people don't know this, but he was there day one since I walked into the doors of professional wrestling. So
Oh, wow.
yeah, definitely been a long journey there. Um, yeah, top bloke, top competitor as well is the reason why he's holding that belt, and the reason why he's on top as well. So he's just no giving up on him. You can knock him down 100 million times, he'll just keep getting back up, whether it's a VB helping him or what. But yeah, he'll just get right back up and bring the fight to you, and that's why he's holding the gold at the moment.
Absolutely, I can relate. The VB's gotten me through some hard nights as well, so
There you
makes a lot
go.
of sense. So you've known him since day one, so you guys know each other fairly well then. Would that play into the match, do you think?
Yeah, like for me, yeah, it's like he was there day one type of thing. Like he was one of the sort of main guys when I walked into the doors of professional wrestling, and he was there sort of part of the advanced group, and yeah, sort of not running the show, but yeah, you can tell that like he was the level to match against. You knew straight away. You whenever professional wrestler walks in the door, um, first thing they look at is like, all right, who's the leader type thing of that area, and like who's the guy to work towards to be like and things like that. So you knew straight away as soon as you walked in the door, Keegan was the guy that, all right, he's probably one of the top guys here and the most competitive guy here and a good athlete as well. So yeah, it was always that as well. And we've gone toe to toe a couple of times in the ring, and pretty much every one of those times I have not been successful. So that's why it's a bit different this time. It's like I have to really knuckled down, and that's why it's probably been so long since we last stood toe to toe in a proper one-on-one match. We stood side by side in many matches as well. So yeah, there's no sort of hatred or anything. It's just yeah, nothing but respect for the bloke and pure just destined one for me. It's just to finally be the man that last pinned me as well. You probably know that over 3 years I haven't been pinned or submitted, so and he was the last person to do that. So there's a lot of personal things there, and the fact that he's holding the championship that I've haven't held yet. So yeah,
So definitely high stakes then, for sure.
very high stakes. Yes, indeed.
So that brings me to you, and you just mentioned it. You've been undefeated basically for 3 years, over 1,000 days. I went to an All-Star show a couple of years ago, and one thing that stood out to me straight
Nice.
away when I saw you wrestle was I think the kids call it aura. I think when you come out, there's that certain aura about you, that sort of big heavyweight guy comes out smashing people. What would you say you bring to the table as a superstar champion and athlete?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like when I walk through that curtain, it's like a lot of professional wrestlers do. They take it seriously and all that, but I walk through that curtain. I bring that aura with me. It's serious. It's a real physical sport as well that people need to understand. And I try to bring my A game every time and just yeah, try to muscle my opponent around and try to dominate my opponent every single time I step in that ring. And yeah, it's a hard task. I try to bring that energy with me. I live by that on a day to day basis as well. Try to bring that aura with everything I do, whether it's my training, my work, all that stuff as well. So yeah, I want to walk out and people. I want my opponent to fear me. I want to win the match before the match even starts as well. So that's probably a tactic there. But just to let them know, like, I mean business. I'm not just walking in the ring having a good old fashioned wrestling match. I'm there to win and mean business, and you know, cause some pain in the middle of that ring to try and get the pinfall. And that's where, like, I respect Keegan as well, because I know he's all about that as well, and he does the same thing. So you know, he'll be win by any means necessary, and I'll do the same thing. So it'll be interesting to see next Saturday.
Sounds like it's going to be a hell of a fight. I think there's that feeling that comes in when you enter the room of, oh shit, this has got serious. Like it's getting real now. So
Yeah, that's 100%. That's what I try to bring to the table, and try to let the crowd feel it as well, knowing that, look, I'm there to mean business, and the crowd see it, they feel it. The crowd always talk to the crowd afterwards, a couple of shows and all that. They always, you know, good people, always commend me for my work and things like that, and they will tell you as well, like, yeah, he's a serious competitor and a serious wrestler as well. So that's what I always try to bring to the table.
fantastic. It's going to be a physical fight. Just
Indeed.
more on you because you're a bit of an enigma. What's your background besides the past couple of years? You've had this big undefeated streak. What's your background in wrestling before that? What kind of history do you have in wrestling leading up to where you're at now?
Yeah, hard to say. Like, I walked in the doors of APWG back then, Australian Pro Wrestling Gym, run by Jay Law, another competitive wrestler on the All Star scene there as well. And yeah, it's like it goes back way before that. Always loved it. As a kid and things like that, and always was never too much a fanboy of, like, the mainstream wrestlers. I always liked looking into the not so mainstream ones, the other ones that just come in and dominate and actually take it seriously with their fitness, with their performance, and really try to perfect their craft as well. Like, always looked at that side of things rather than following the mainstream wrestlers there as well. So yeah, when I started at APWG, with J Law, it was just about getting physically fit, physically conditioned, and yeah, just trying to, you know, getting a point to prove as well. Like, you're, yeah, trying to prove yourself and trying to make it to that next step, and also trying to, when you first started wrestling, everyone's goal is try to get their debut match, and that's pretty much all I was trying to do, is just work my ass off to get my debut match, and I guess the rest was history from there.
Is there anything you can identify as being like a major struggle or a major hurdle when you first started? Something that you sort of struggled to get hang of, or something that sort of molded you into what you are today?
I had a good group of people around me, good group of wrestlers. It was always motivating, and not being the best in the room always motivated me, and always wanted to be the best in the room or have someone better than me to work towards, and had a good group of people like that. I guess first couple of matches I've had, yeah, I had an injury which put me out for a little bit, and that was hard to get over mentally and physically as well.
What was that
And
injury?
funny enough, um, second match in was probably history to some people. Some people might remember it. Second match in, my one-on-one match, I dislocated my elbow. So I had a wrong turn, wrong fall, and dislocated my elbow. Nothing serious, but I had a minor tear to the bicep, things like that. So I was probably put me on the shelf for a couple months. And then, funny enough, I got a call from none other than good old Keegan Brettle to, you know, he wanted me back in the ring, and he said, let's do it. Let's have a match together. And that was, I think, just before pre-COVID hit. We sort of had a one-on-one match, and again, back then it was probably our first one-on-one match together, which he got the better of me then that night. So a lot of smaller and skinnier and leaner Jack Dullahan, nonetheless. But that's where next Saturday will be a lot different.
Awesome. Beefed up, you've brought the strength and it's gonna be a battle.
100%, 100%.
You've held that Eastern States title for a long time now. What does that title mean to you and this title reign mean to you as far as your place in All-Star history and what you've done with it?
Yeah, I guess when I first saw that title, I looked at it, I'm like, well, wow, that's a nice title. Something different, something you don't see often as the belt itself. But more importantly, it means a lot to be able to sort of help keep it in Australia. With, you know, Chris Masters was the last person to hold it before I won it off him out in Cootamundra, I believe I was, and and he was flying back to the States that next week. So to win it off him, yeah, it meant a lot to keep it in Australia and in All Star Wrestling. Who knows what would have happened with it after that? So it was awesome to see to have that title, and yeah, the first round was a good one. A lot of title defenses, a lot of days holding that belt until I lost it in a ladder match to another great competitor that we have, Aries, as well. So that was definitely a hard fought battle as well. It was a different Jack Dullahan then as well. Obviously, first title win, ego kicks in, things like that as well. So sort of pride and a lot of ego. This title reign was a bit different, you know. It was just like, no, the title needs a real champion type thing. You know, all respect to Tony Cruz as well that held it. He's a one hell of a wrestler and doesn't get a lot of credit as credit due. Not a fan favorite, not a favorite of mine either, but you know, as a wrestler, I do respect the bloke, and he was a great competitor, and he's got a lot of experience in wrestling IQ that is can be unmatched in that ring as well. So I know a lot little bloke than me, but he's still got the experience and knowledge behind it. So to win it off him meant a lot, and yeah, just to hold it and sort of bring that prestige to the title. I guess it's kind of known as my title, and I like to keep it that way coming Saturday as well. And I want to add to that collection as well. So as important as the heavyweight title is, I think the Eastern States title is just as important, if not more important to me, because of a very special title to me, and it was my first ever title as well.
Fantastic. So you mentioned ego. Would you say you're more grounded, you're more mature this time around with this ring?
Yeah, definitely. I guess age and experience comes with that. You know, when you're young and hot shot and you win your first championship, you're going to boast about it, and sort of ego takes over, and you think you're on top of the world and the best, and found that out real quick that falling about 10 feet off a ladder through a table isn't gonna keep you on top of the world, literally. So
That'll make you humble for sure.
100%. So yeah, I guess losing the title first hand to Aries, probably the best thing that ever happened to me. Took some time off, took a couple of months off to recover from that fall, but also to sort of reflect, rebuild myself, and sort of come back stronger and better than ever, and be like, okay, well, we're not invincible. You can get humbled, you can fall from the top spot. So I need to recondition myself and rebuild myself to get back to that top spot and hold it for a longer period of time.
Fantastic. So now to talk about All Star in general as a promotion. The event's happening at the iconic Padstow RSL. For
That's correct.
anyone that
Yeah.
hasn't been there before, can you tell us a bit about Padstow and All Star? What makes that place iconic? What makes it special?
It's no brainer. The reason why it's called the iconic Padstow RSL is the fans. Like, they make it, they turn out in numbers. They're always rowdy and loud, and a good bunch of groovers. They love you, they hate you. They always let you know. So it's never quiet, regardless how big in numbers they come. And we've been fortunate enough to always get some big numbers out there as well. So it's really good to see the fans get behind you, behind everyone, and behind what we do in that ring as well. They can see where we do take it seriously, and we do put our bodies on the line for all star wrestling, and for the chance to be the champion one day as well. So yeah, that's probably makes it iconic as well. Look, the ground's good as well. It's a good seating area and good area as well to have the ring. But yeah, other than that, it's the fans that probably make it the best.
Awesome. And for anyone, any fans that might be coming for the first time, what can they expect from All Star Wrestling?
I can expect a lot of fun, a lot of good laughs as well. Got some good characters that'll make you laugh, but also good competitive wrestling as well. You're going to see a lot of brutal matches, a lot of hard hitting matches, a lot of athletic matches. There's guys I don't always butt head with. They always butt head with in the locker room, or guys I don't really get along with, but like Jimmy Zero and all that. As much of a shit talker and all that he is, he does back it up in the ring with his athletic ability areas as well. You got the big guys, you got the tag team champions. The belief their experience is second to none, and they're going to put on a show as well. And really dominate that ring, and all our wrestlers try to dominate that ring, and we always walk in there with a point to prove, which makes for great wrestling and a great show.
Absolutely. Just sort of wrap things up then. Just wanted to know about, obviously, you're looking towards next Saturday and becoming champion. What are
Yeah,
your future plans in wrestling going forward?
I guess can't really think further forward than next Saturday. Just biggest match of my career with everything we've spoke about previously. So yeah, just sort of getting past that milestone, and I've done a lot of things in All Star Wrestling, and if unsuccessful next Saturday, it sort of almost leaves a career up in the air. Sort of question things, and I've done everything I can with the Eastern States title with All Star Wrestling. Um, then it's like, well, if I'm unsuccessful next Saturday, it's a big question mark. If I am successful next Saturday, which I plan to be, um, yeah, it's only going to go up from there. I plan to break records with defenses, break records with days holding the titles, um, go everywhere and everywhere I can to defend it, really challenge myself to other strong wrestlers within Australia and worldwide as well. And yeah, see what I can really do.
Sounds fantastic, mate. Wish you all the best in that.
No,
Just
I appreciate it.
before we end and wrap it up, anything else you'd like the fans to know before we sign off here?
Yeah, it's come down to Saturday, June 14th at the Padstow RSL, the iconic Padstow RSL club, I should say. Come out in force, come out in numbers, and yeah, see for a great show. It's going to be a huge night. There's a lot of huge matches there, and obviously the biggest match of all. I don't think, as far as I'm concerned, it has been done in Australia, or I know for sure it hasn't ever been done in All Star Wrestling, a title versus title, winner takes all. So yeah, we'll love to see all the fans there get behind it, and yeah, appreciate all the support for both myself and Keegan and the All Star Wrestling crew as well.
Awesome. Thank you so much for taking the time, mate. Been a great
Nah,
chat.
cheers, Rob.
And
Appreciate it, mate.
we'll have to catch up soon. I'm hoping to make it up to the show. So if I do, I'll catch you down,
Beautiful.
have a chat, maybe a beer after the match, win or lose, but hopefully a
Yes.
celebratory beer.
See how we go. I'm not much of a B person. Definitely not a VB person at all, for sure. So yeah, definitely a celebratory protein shake or something like that will go down good as well, or a nice steak to finish the
Steak.
night
Steak sounds good.
will be awesome. So yeah.
Awesome, mate.
Cheers,
Thank you so much, mate. Wish you all the best and I'll catch you soon.
Rob. See
Thanks,
you,
mate.
mate. Bye.
Yeah, bye.